and welcome to another Zenphi tutorial. As you can tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be going over how you can automate the process of extracting Google Sheets from your email. We've made examples in the past on how you can extract and make copies of different types of attachments, for example, PDFs. However, Google Sheets does appear as a link instead of an attachment. So if you want to learn how to work with any other type of attachment, I will have an example linked down below in the description box. The first step to any Zenphi flow is to set up your trigger, which in Zenphi is the action that initiates your flow. Since we'll be working with our Gmail inbox, we're going to use the Gmail trigger. This is going to start the flow when a new email arrives. To be able to do this, we have to set up a connection, which is going to grant Zenphi permission to be able to monitor our inbox. To do that, we're going to click here to create a new connection. This connection can be private or shared. You can also give it a different name. After you click on authorize, you'll be able to see your email down here in this box. And you're also able to enable conditional run. Conditional run gives you the option to be able to save flow run executions. You can add certain criteria so that your flow only runs when this is met. For example, maybe the subject needs to contain certain text, the body needs to contain certain words, or maybe the sender has to be a specific person. You can set all of that in the section here. Now, the first action that we have is an if condition. Emails can sometimes contain HTML body, sometimes they can contain text body, so we have to decide what type of body our email has. So we're going to be using this if condition. Our clause is follow the true branch except when the HTML body is null. So this means it's going to be following the true branch whenever there is an HTML body. Now we have gone ahead and created an email body variable. To be able to create a variable, you're going to click up at the top where it says variables, then this blue button that says create new variable. You can select a name, you can choose a type. In this case, we have named it email body. The type is a string. And what we're going to do is use the set variable action, and we're going to select our variable from the drop down menu, operation set, and the value would be HTML body for the true branch. And you guessed it, text body for the other branch. Now to be able to add these values, what we're going to do is click on the chain icon here. This is called a token picker. It allows us to enter data from previous steps. So we're going to click here, and then we're going to be able to see all the information from the trigger. Now if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see that one says HTML body and one says text body. So we would select whichever one applies to that branch. Now, like mentioned previously, Google Sheets appears as a link instead of an attachment, so we need to extract this link from the email body. We're going to be using a regex expression as well as the regex find value action inside of Zenphi. So what we have to do first is indicate the text that we want to extract from. In this case, it would be the email body. So what we're going to do is click on the token picker once again, and since we're storing it in our variable, we're going to find it down at the bottom. You can select it here. And then we're going to use this pattern. Depending on your condition, you can use a different pattern. If you want to follow this exact example, we also have a template in our gallery, so you can start from there. You don't even have to think of a regex expression. You don't have to make any changes. All you have to do is add your connections and you're good to go. Now this one is to be able to extract the URL. Now, since we're looking to be able to find the file ID to be able to make a copy of the file, what we have to do is extract the file ID from the previously found URL, since this is embedded inside. So in our next regex find value action, what we're going to do is extract the file ID. Now, instead of the email body, what we're going to select here is the result of the previous regex action. So we're going to add this token and use this pattern. Then I'm going to use this log to history action to be able to display visually. It's a lot easier to visualize any type of information with a log to history action. So what I'm going to do here is just display the result of the file ID. We can find it here. Now our next action is called get item information. We're going to use this to be able to get all of the information from the Google Sheet that we're looking at. So what we're going to do is set up our connection by clicking on the plus icon once again, the exact same process as in the trigger. And what we have to do is indicate the file ID, which we have extracted previously. So again, we're going to click on the token picker, and we would use this value right here once again. same one we used in the log to history. And now last but not least, we want to make a copy of the file inside of our Google Drive. So this action is called copy file. We're going to set up our connection once again, indicate the file ID the exact same way as we did previously, and then here we can add an item name. So here I just have said copy of and the original file name, which we can find from the previous action, get file information. Here we have access to the ID of the file, the name of the file, a view link, a download link, etc. You even have the option to select a destination folder in case you always want to save these files in a certain folder. Now that we have everything, we can go ahead and save and test run. So I'm going to select an email to start. Okay, and as we can see, it's running through all of the steps. It has gone ahead and finished. It made a copy of the file. Now this is the email that I used as the example. So I should see a copy of this Google Sheet inside of my drive. So let me go ahead and open up Google Drive. And as you can see, I made a copy of the exact same document. The only difference is the name is copy of invoices, same format, same file, everything is the same. And that would be everything. As you can see, it's really easy to be able to automate this process. You can make it really easy to be able to save any sort of Google Sheet that is sent to you without having to manually go into your inbox and do it manually. Make sure to check out the rest of our YouTube tutorials where you can find different use cases using different actions and different triggers. And you'll also find a link in the description where you can set up a free demo meeting with our specialized team. There we can go over ways that Zenphi can benefit your business as well as even help you build your first flow. Thank you so much for watching.